行くぞ。Genocide Kata!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to start this video off with a more free-to-play team using Halloween Chris, Halloween Kula, and Vanessa on the first team, and then we're going to be using Kula, Nameless, and Orochi, 97 Orochi, on the second team. You want to be using purple fighters because they have the type advantage against this guy. Also, you want to make sure we're using chill damage. Another thing to point out about this guy is whenever you're using defensive characters, they get a massive attack bump. So if you're using Hotaru, Rimururu, who's absolutely insane in this thing, and Nameless, who's freaking nuts, when he does his skills, you'll see the damage, guys. And you definitely want to have PG rate leaderships. That's why Halloween Chris works out really well. In the second team, Kula doesn't offer any PG rate. And I've actually seen a run with these exact same teams on Vandal Gom's YouTube channel. You might want to check that out to watch his run. He was able to hit 500 million with these teams. Now, I'm not going to be able to because my characters are just not built that well. I don't want to put imprint stones on Halloween Kula because this would be the only thing that I would use it for. And I don't like to put imprint stones on characters that I'm only going to use for one game mode. I try to avoid it at all costs, to be perfectly honest. But I did put some imprint stones on Vanessa and bumped her up. I really didn't need to, but I wanted to for this video to give a good shot and show you guys that you can do really well with a more free-to-play setup, free-to-play teams, no collabs, no BS characters, nothing like that. And I will show you guys a run with the BS characters. You know, we will be able to hit the 500 million, but this team can absolutely do it. They can absolutely hit the 500 million if you really want. You're just going to have to build the living hell out of them to accomplish it. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm pretty much playing Vanessa, but whenever her skill's ready, I'll switch to another character. Whenever their skill's ready, their PG, their ultimate skill's ready, then I switch to another character. And you see we're pouring on with Vanessa, and you really want to use Vanessa as much as possible because she has a lot of chill. And all that chill is stacking in this first round. It's just stacking, 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 and it's just going to make Immortal Typhoon a whole lot weaker for the second team to take down. And it's really just a good idea to have chill on both teams, be perfectly honest. Now, you saw me hit 150 million with that first team. And that Kula is just level 30, and she has no capsules and no imprint stones. Zero. She could have done way better if I'd had her built up. And now we're just pouring on, and I'm going to be playing Nameless here, because Nameless is just, his damage is just crazy because of the attack bump from being a defensive character, from being a purple, and you really want to use this guy. He really is a god here because of his long ultimate skill we've talked about multiple times, and just the fact that he's a purple defensive fighter is just massive. And I'm just going to be hitting every time you see the ultimate skills get ready. I switch to another character. I just keep switching. Okay, I just switched again. We're going to use Nameless. We're going to keep pouring it on. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And Orochi is actually damn good for this. You know, he has that nice long 3PG, which you can actually get the 3PG form from Epic Quest. You don't have to use the one for BS Orochi, which is awesome. That's freaking awesome that you can actually get that from Epic Quest and use it here. That's just another reason to be playing Epic Quest. Now, I'm not going to finish this. I'm not going to completely finish this because, you know, I can get 500 million, so I want to make sure I get the max rewards. But this really is a great team. I don't think the best by any means because obviously there's BS characters. Obviously, you have Rimururu. There's collab characters that are just really good for this. But no collabs, no BS characters. You can still do damn well. Look at this. And we still have 2 seconds left, right? We got 2 seconds left. We hit it, and we're going to hit. Okay, so we have 349 million. I probably could have reached 360 to 370 million in this run. It was the first time I tried. Maybe if I played a few more times, I might have been able to hit 400 million. This is an excellent team. So let me show you the builds on these characters. So as far as how they're set up, Chris here, he has max capsules. He's level 50, and he does have some really good imprint stones. You know, the first stone is the double attack stone from Expert Mode Guild Raid, and this last stone I actually got from the KOF pass that gives you extra attack and for balanced fire, so we're getting double attack. So 2 stones with double attack, and then we have a PG rate stone. If you don't have the double attack, just give him a purple stone that increases attack like what you normally get from a normal dungeons. And then as far as his card set, we are just running the Akane set, no special option card, nothing like that. And then for Vanessa here, we are running the Leah set, no special option card. And we are going to be using, we have a double attack here that's actually got from the guild raid. And then we have a decreased enemy defenses by 20% for 4 seconds by landing an active skill for 10 seconds. And then we have a PG stone. The PG stone is actually massive for a lot of these characters. It really makes a big difference being able to use your ultimate skills more often. The faster you build up your PG, the faster and more often you're going to be able to do your ultimate skills. We've talked about it tons of times. And then we got Halloween Kula, who has nothing. No imprint stones, no capsules. And I am running a 3PG card. I do have an option card on her with a Nakane set. If I had this character leveled up, which I don't have any memories for her, otherwise I probably would have. I don't have any memories for her, so I would have. But if I had her leveled up, had her max capsuled up, she was a level 50, we would have done way better. You can bet this score would have been over 400 million if that would have been the case, because this would have made the world of difference if I would have had this girl leveled up. If you got those 3 PG cards, she's actually very insane for this. And then we're using Kula. Now, Kula, she offers this increased fighter attack, purple fighter attack by 40% and defenses by 10%. Well, this is pretty interesting because when you bump up the defenses, especially of Nameless, all increased defense fighter type fighters defense. So Nameless's damage is based off his defense. He gets attacked based off defense. So the more defense he has, the stronger he's going to be. Not to mention he's getting buffed by the 40% attack to purple fighters from Kula. He really is the main damage dealer right here in this team. He's just nuts. And Kula here, I mean, she does have max capsules. She is level 40, so keep that in mind. If she'd been level 50, it'd been a different world. I do have this simple stone here. This is actually the first silver stone I ever leveled up, and that's because I get the increased attack by 10%, and then I get a little extra chill, which I thought would be interesting for this run. And then we got the PG rate stone. This is an amazing stone that I actually got from a KOF pass. And yeah, you know, you get the 10% PG rate, you get the chill, and then we got the increased attack by 12% to balance fires. Massive, massive stone for her. And if I had a double attack stone here, oh my gosh, she'd been so much stronger. And then we have a regular stone that we got from an Immortal dungeon. And as far as the card set, we're running with the Leah set. We got the option card, and we are using the 3PG. And I did have her other card equipped when I did that run. And then Nameless here. Nameless, we got the KS set. Now, I did run a option card on here. I know some of you may not have it. And it does make a difference because you do get the increased attack by 13% for 5 seconds upon landing a strike skill on a 15-second cooldown, which, when it comes to Nameless, he does have multiple strike skills. So it makes a bit of a difference for him, but even if you run a cooldown, you'd still be able to get it done, I guarantee it. And then, of course, the KS set synergizes with the attack based on defenses with Nameless. He's just a massive character for this guy. He really is insane. He really should be on one of your teams. And then Orochi. And this is awesome. I actually got to use Orochi and put him to use. I just ran a Noah set on him, and I am running the 3PG that we got from the BS Orochi. But, guys, you still could have run this, and it'd been just fine. And then I did put some imprint stones on him. We got the stone here from the Immortal Dungeon. I did put a PG rate stone on him. And then we got the decreased enemy defenses by 20% on this guy. Really, if I would have had a attack stone, I probably would have slapped that on him instead. But he is level 30. So again, that's something to keep in mind. You know, this character is not completely leveled up. He's only level 30. So if I would have had Orochi here at level 50, if I'd had Kula at level 50, and if I'd had the other Kula at level 50, we would have hit that 500 million. Like I said, if you guys go watch Bandlegom's YouTube channel, that video, he does it. He hits the 500 million with this team. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the builds for the next team that I actually used to hit this 500 million. Okay, so as far as the builds on these guys, Halloween Chris is exactly the same. Still run the Akane set on. Kula, we are running the Leah set. By the way, Kula is a great character to put the Leah on because that way you're going to do your skills more often and you'll do more chill damage. Remember, the more chill damage you do, especially on your first team, the more damage you're going to do on your second team. But still having chill on the second team is a very good idea because it kind of freezes and stun locks Immortal Typhoon. And then Nameless on the first team. So all these characters benefit from the 20% PG rate. And Nameless, the exact same card set that I showed you guys just a second ago, the Kea with the Rugal option card. And then for Orochi here, I'm actually running this set right here. And I'm mainly just using this set because of the attack. You do get extra 35% attack from having this set. The power gain is kind of useless here. Really, PG rate is what you want. So the gain doesn't make a difference. It's really just the CP that we're adding from this set and having 35% extra attack. And as far as the Emperor's Own, max BS stones, max capsules. I mean, the BS characters, you guys know, I've done multiple videos about them. They're all jacked up. We got max stones here. And then for Rugal, we are running the Akane. We got the Rugal option card here. And this is something else that's really nice about Orochi. Orochi is a boss fighter. So he benefits from this 20% PG rate leadership. And having the extra PG rate from the stone, by the way, I did run a Noah set as well on the second run. And getting PG rate from his core, I mean, that's 28% PG rate, and then with BS Orochi's leadership, that's 48% PG rate. And that makes a big difference. And ever since this guy got buffed, I mean, now he can actually has a 50% chance to reset his hyper armor skill. This increases his survivability. It's actually quite insane. Obviously, it's not as good as BS Orochi, where his third skill can actually reset all of his skills as a built-in Leah. But it's still insane. And this is a team that I actually did hit that 500 million with. But I wanted to show you all that first run to show you that you can do super well even without BS characters or collab characters. And even here, I'm still not using any collabs. I mean, BS, you can make an argument about it, but these guys will come back. I guarantee it. They're going to come back sooner or later. So let's jump into the action. Let's watch that run. So once again, I was relying on these BS characters to get it done. But it's really awesome I can make use of Orochi as well. So we just start off with Chris. As soon as we use our skills, we switch to Nameless. We make sure we use his skills when we switch to Kula. Then we're going to switch back to Chris, use the skills. We're going to switch to Nameless. And we want to play Nameless again for the same reasons I talked about earlier. His damage is just through the... I mean, look when he hits his skills. Look at how much damage he does. Look at that. That's why Rimururu does so much damage. She's a purple defense and she does chill. It's just crazy. And really, I mean, I know I keep hearing that Hotaru isn't that good, but she's a purple defense and she does chill damage. I would think she would be pretty good for this. But I don't know. I don't have her leveled up. I never got an extra memory for her, so I can't really test her. But the thing about this team versus the other team is when you got Chris and you got Nameless with this crazy PG... his ultimate skill, and Kula with her 3 PG, and then you got PG stones on them. They just do their ultimates over and over and over, and you're just stalling that timer for the longest time. It's beautiful. I mean, we're using only one character with chill damage. We're not using any Zhongfei cards, nothing like that. And by the way, Zhongfei cards, especially on your first team, really help, and you can make an argument for the second team as well. But the runs that I've seen where people are hitting 500 million, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They just used chill damage characters with max cooldown. Okay, then we switch. Oh yeah, let's go, let's go. Then we're going to switch. You notice as soon as I get these ultimate skills ready, I switch to my other characters. And something, a little tidbit is, make sure, like whenever your character, their 3 PG is ready, right? Switch to another character. Don't use their 3 PG, because if you use their 3 PG, you won't be able to switch your character because you can't, they won't allow you to do it. So as long as you get the 3 PG built first, then switch your character, the game will automatically, as long as you're playing on semi-auto, it will automatically use the 3 PG. That's kind of the problem with 5 PGs. 5 PGs, you have to manually play those characters over and over and over to do them. And that's kind of a pain in all honesty. And that's kind of the thing about using Baynessa, because she has that 5 PG and she is insane for this. But you have to keep playing her and playing her and playing her to make sure she can do that 5 PG. Although her default's actually really good and has a fairly long animation. So it's not a massive deal with her, to be perfectly honest. Oh yeah. Poor Immortal Typhoon. And I was bound and determined to get this one, man. I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to get this clear, and I had a lot of problems. So yeah, I had to invest a lot. I had to put a lot of resources into characters, a lot of imprint stones, a lot of leveling up. Seriously, guys, I leveled up, I think, about 6 or 7 imprint stones just for this clear, which is an insane amount of resources. But, you know, I feel pretty confident. I'm probably going to use Orochi again in another game mode. I feel pretty confident that Kula, I'll probably be able to use her as well. We'll see. Oh yeah, and I did this once and Brugal actually died. So it's definitely not easy. It's quite a nightmare. And sometimes you have to remember, you know, if you don't switch your characters like what I'm doing, your characters won't have as much survivability because they're not going to be using their hyper armor skills or immunity skills as often. And if they're not using those skills as often, and Immortal Typhoon decides to, you know, dash forward, slam down like what he just did a second ago, I mean, you're just going to take a lot of damage. Plus, when you guard, there's even moments where I might guard just for a brief moment, just to make sure I don't take any damage. Like if I got a second left before my hyper armor skill is ready to go, I'll guard, then hit that hyper armor skill and run through my other skills if I have any available, and then I'll switch to another character. And just like, you know, with Rugal, you know, he does have a default finisher, right? Like any character, but his default does a grab. You don't want him doing that. You want to make sure that he uses his 3PG like what he is right now. If he does his default, you're not going to stall the timer as much, and that's really going to hurt you as far as how much damage you're going to do. The more damage you do during these ultimate skills, the better. The longer you delay the timer, the better. And, you know, another thing about the BS characters, you know, is that they have the 13-second spamming ability on their awakened skill versus 10-second on all the other characters. That makes a massive difference as well, as far as building PG, as far as doing more damage. It's just better. So I'm looking really forward to the next BS characters that we're going to get. I don't know who's it going to be. I know we're all speculating. Maybe it's going to be Ignis, maybe Original Zero. I have no idea. It's hard telling who they're going to be. It could be Genets. I mean, you just don't know. It could be Karate, for Christ's sakes. You know, we don't know. We don't know. And notice I got my 3PG ready. I'm going to switch. See? And now Rugal's doing his 3PG. Now, to some of you, a lot of this information I'm sharing with you, you already know this. You already know this because you've been playing this for a long time. But I like to reiterate a lot of these things when I'm doing these videos. Since I know that there are new players that watch these videos. They're not aware of these mechanics and they're not aware of what's really going on here and why I'm doing things the way that we're doing them. There we go. And notice there, when I used Rugal's 3PG, I didn't use his awakened skill. So he's going to use his 3PG, right? And now we can start using Rugal in a little bit anyways, because right now we're using Orochi. We want to spam his skills. And really, you know, as far as Orochi and Rugal, that's really what I'm trying to do. And look at Orochi's life. He's pretty much about ready to croak. And boom shaka. Look at that, guys. 8 seconds left. We were able to get the 500 million. Hail to the yes. And I would add Kula at level 50. Unfortunately, though, you know, we got the Kula event going on. Well, not unfortunately, but we have the Kula roulette going on. And I know I can get those memories before the roulette ends. And I just don't want to use selectors for those kinds of memories when I know I can get them completely for free. But I wanted to get this video out to show you guys 500 million run and also show you a team that can do super well, that's pretty much completely free to play, always available in the game. So let me know how you're all doing against Immortal Typhoon. Let me know what characters you've gotten, what cards you've gotten, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.